Welcome back to Anime Peep Channel. Today we will recap anime Leadale no Daichi Night, or with an alternative title, In the Land of Leadale. The anime genre is adventure, fantasy. Let's check out the video. The anime start with a girl who is seriously ill and often entertains herself by playing virtual reality games. On one moment, the whole city lost power, causing her died because the ventilator stopped working. After regaining consciousness, Cayna was surprised to see that her legs could move and realized that she had been reincarnated into the game. She was turned into the game character she created. After doing a little research, she realizes that this world is the future of that game 200 years later. Cayna opens the character status panel to check her stats. Cayna wonders if her 12 friends are stuck in this world like her. Cayna is planning to find her base in the game called Silver Tower. When everyone learned of her intentions, they were very scared because that place was the residence of the Silver Ring Witch, who was said to be very cruel. The next morning, Cayna sets out to find her Silver Tower, a little way from town. She uses a guardian ring to activate teleportation to the Guardian Tower. The guardian of Cayna's tower is an NPC shaped like a stone statue. It is very angry because Cayna has disappeared and hasn't contacted her for the past 200 years. Soon after, Cayna transfers some magic power to the Silver Tower to help her active again. She says that her friends' towers have all been deactivated, so she tells her to reactivate those towers when she has time. On the way back to town, there was a group of merchants from the capital who were attacked by monsters on their way to this town. One of them was so badly injured that no one could save him. Cayna goes to the man and uses healing magic to save his life. The merchant group, Eileen, wants to do something to repay her. When they learned that Cayna was looking for her son, named Scargo, everyone was shocked because Scargo was a powerful high priest. Cayna asks Eileen to take her to the kingdom's capital. After saying goodbye to everyone in the town, Cayna followed Eileen's caravan. Upon arriving in the capital, Cayna was amazed at the magnificent beauty of this place. However, Cayna immediately runs to the church because she wants to see her son, Scargo, but the nuns there ask Cayna to make an appointment in advance. Cayna is walking along the shore when she hears voices coming from the shipyard. When she goes inside, she accidentally meets her youngest dwarf son, Kartaz. But Kartaz was very embarrassed because he was more than 200 years old now and not a child anymore. Cayna goes to the city's guild hall to submit an application to be an adventurer. A man and a girl suddenly approached her. The two of them want to ask Cayna to help find a boy who is the prince of this kingdom, and they are surprised to see the prince climbing on a clothesline to catch a cat. But the boy suddenly slips and is falling out of the rope, so Cayna uses a flying spell on the prince to save him. As soon as he sees Monty, the prince runs away because he doesn't want to return to the palace after capturing the prince. Cayna hands him over to his guard. Agato gives her a bag of gold as a reward for the quest. Just now, Scargo and Mai are very happy to know that their mother has just arrived in this city. Cayna has just arrived in the Adventurer Guild, suddenly receives an invitation letter from the Royal Academy, so she asks Lonti to take her to the academy since Lonti is also a student there. It turns out that her daughter, Mai, is the principal of this academy. Having just met her mother again, Mai began to wheedle, making Lonti extremely surprised. Mai takes Cayna to meet an alchemist who is her husband. Her husband thought that Cayna was just a young girl, but he did not expect this girl to be his mother-in-law. When she returned to the Adventurers Guild, Cayna received an exorcism quest in the arena of the city. She immediately goes to the arena to deal with the ghost, but Cayna doesn't know that the prince is secretly stalking her. She summons a three-headed dog to patrol around the place. But while on patrol, Cayna's dog caught the prince hiding in the stands. It turns out the prince followed Cayna to investigate why she's so strong. The whole capital knows that she is the mother of priest Scargo and headmistress Mai. The prince lay waiting for the ghost in the arena with Cayna until the night. Just then a hazy white shadow appeared in front of Cayna, but she saw her guardian ring reacting to the white shadow and discovered that below the arena is the guardian tower of her friend. Once inside, Cayna transfers magic power to a withered tree to help the tower work again. After being fully charged with mana, the tower's guardian appears to greet Cayna. The Guardian hands over ownership of the tower to Keina. Keina tells the Guardian to stop showing up like ghosts to scare everyone in the arena. Agato has told Scargo that Keina has been locking herself in her room for the past few days, so Scargo frantically rushes to the inn to check on her health. However, upon seeing Scargo, Keina was shocked because he was so weird. She angrily punches him, pinning him to the ceiling. Keina realizes that although her friends are no longer here, she still has 3 children who always care for and love her very much. The next day, Eileen asks Keina to escort his caravan to the kingdom in the north. She agrees because she also wants to find her friend's tower there. Mai asks Keina to deliver a letter to a man named Kyric in the kingdom. As soon as they got out of the city, they suddenly met a large river blocking the way. Keina uses her skills to walk on water to help a eline caravan cross the river. However, one horse in the group was unfortunately killed by a giant larva in the water. Keina summons a centaur and the 3-headed dog to help them. The centaur doesn't want to work like a lowly horse, so Keina summons a giant pig to help them pull the cart. As soon as they arrived at the kingdom's checkpoint, they encountered a group of bandits, but the centaur and the 3-headed dog quickly destroyed them with great ease. The leader panics and uses his magic tool to shoot a fireball to attack Keina, but unexpectedly his attack on Keina was like a fly. Keina uses an ice magic to shoot him straight in the body. A few days later, everyone finally reaches the capital of the kingdom. Eileen takes Keina to meet a man named Carrick to deliver Mai's letter to him. He is the leader of the largest group of merchants in this city. However, as soon as he met Keina, Carrick suddenly bowed, making everyone very surprised. It turns out that Carrick is Mai's son as well as Keina's grandson. Carrick had suggested Keina stay at his place. Soon everyone goes to see a female commander named Karina to report on the bandits they encountered. It turned out that Karina was Carrick's biological sister and also Keina's niece, so she quickly apologized to her grandmother for her brother's incorrect way of speaking. Karina also says that her mother once told her that her grandmother was a very cruel witch, so Karina and Carrick felt quite nervous when they met their grandmother. When Karina hears about it, she is angry and decides to teach her daughter a lesson for daring to speak badly of her. Soon after, Karina goes to Adventurers Guild to find information about the Guardian Tower. A dragonoid says that there was a Guardian Tower located to the west of Kingdom, but that place was currently being held by a band of bandits, so no one dared to go there. Keina asks Carrick to help her get through the sentry station. Carrick says that Karina is currently serving as commander at the Western Guard Post, so he asks Keina to transport some goods there for Karina's guard post. The next day, Keina set off very early with a correct truck. She summons a giant crab to carry her to the guard posts. Later that day, Keina delivers the goods to Karina's barracks. But her barracks are suddenly attacked by an army of golems. So Karina quickly orders her soldiers to go out to fight them. However, their swords are completely useless against the golems, steel-hard bodies. Keina goes out to help her. She uses a lightning spell to attack that causes the golems to turn to ashes in a matter of seconds. But Keina asks Karina to keep the fact that she defeated the golems a secret because she doesn't like being famous. She heads west to find her friend's tower. The next morning, Keina reaches the tower in the middle of a very large lake, but she suddenly sees a large group of bandits standing by the lake's edge. So she summons earth dragons and lets them chase all the bandits away. Just then, a demon, who is the leader of the bandits, approached Keina. Keina pulls a stick to teach this guy a lesson. Just as the demon is about to attack, Keina creates a hole beneath his feet, causing him to fall, and this time she uses ice magic to trap him there. The demon begs Keina to spare his life because he is actually just the boy. Keina let Karina escort him to the city. Immediately after that, Keina uses the Guardian Ring to teleport into the guard tower in the middle of this lake. She infuses magic power into a throne in order to get the Guardian here working again. The Guardian of this tower is an extremely arrogant skeleton. She gives Keina the tower's Guardian Ring along with a strange book. Her owner told her to give these to Keina when she got here, but Keina is surprised to find that inside the book is a tiny fairy. After helping her friend's tower become active again, Keina quickly leaves. The next day, Keina followed Eileen's caravan back to the kingdom of Falskalo. Upon returning to Falskalo, Eileen invites Keina to join his merchant guild, But Kana declines his invitation because she prefers to work alone. She goes to the Adventurers Guild to take a bear hunting quest for the restaurant. Kana is just going out when she suddenly sees Lonti with a girl named Maylene coming to meet her. It turned out that Lonti wants Kana to escort her and Maylene out of the city. Kana realizes that Maylene is the princess of Falscalo who wants to go out. Kana uses magic to push the trees aside so that they can more easily enter the forest. That night, everyone has a campfire inside the forest to eat dinner together, but these two children show fear when they see Keina summon a three-headed dog to guard them. So this is the first time she can go out and spend the night camping like this with friends. The next morning, Keina easily defeated a bear, much to Maylene and Lonti's astonishment. It took a team of knights to defeat the bear, while Keina could defeat it with just one hit. Meanwhile, the captain of Falscalos Knights goes to the Adventurers Guild to find Keina. When Adventurer recognizes the captain as a player named Shining Saber, it turns out that the adventurer, Coral, was also a player from the same guild as him, but after entering the game, the members got lost. After defeating the one horn bear, the fairy tells Keina to return to the city. Looking at the fairy's attitude, Keina realizes that the city is in danger, so she summons a white wolf to drive the group back to the city immediately. Meanwhile, the monster has started attacking the people inside the city. Shining Saber states that this penguin is an event boss in the game, so they will need 200 players at level 300 to defeat it. Right after that, Shining Saber and Coral charge at the penguin, but the monster easily defeats them. Scargo is glad to hear that Keina is back. Keina creates a lightning that contains tremendous power to burn the monster, but she doesn't want to be famous, so she casts that spell from quite a distance. Keina realizes that the monster has appeared because my husband's healing potion reacted with some of the ingredients in the landfill. After the monster was defeated, Scargo gave my a rare metal drop from the monster, but Keina's equipment is already full, so she doesn't know what to use it for. She decides to make Coral a sword because he also helps fight the monster. The next day, Coral and Shining Saber reveal to Keina that both of them are players, and they are surprised to learn that Keina was a member of the Green Cheese Guild because that guild is made up of members who have the same power as the administrators in the game. She asks them for information on the locations of the other towers. Coral has pointed out to her the location of a strange palace located on the bottom of the nearby place. While walking around town, Keina suddenly saw people talking about something. Turns out, they occasionally hear singing coming from the town's well, so Keina decides to go down to the well to check it out. Soon after, Keina summons a pair of water spirits to guide her down the well. As soon as she jumped into the well, the water spirit duo quickly led the way for Keina. After swimming for a while, Keina found a large cave deep in the well. She is amazed as soon as she sees a beautiful mermaid in the cave, but the mermaid suddenly kneels before the two water spirits of Keina, because in mermaid culture, the water spirits are their guardian deities. When asked by Keina, Mimely couldn't remember what sea her home was in, so Keina suggested that she live with the people of the town above for a while. Keina then takes Mimely out of the well and explains the whole thing to the people. The next day, as Shining Saber leads his troops out of the capital to suppress a group of bandits, he accidentally meets Keina while searching for the undersea palace mentioned by Coral. That night, everyone stops to camp on the road and has a very enjoyable dinner. A few days later, Keina reaches the location of the palace that was supposed to be the Guardian Tower. She sees a seaside fishing village, mysteriously shrouded in fog. She summons the centaur so that he can help her fight. However, as soon as he stepped inside the foggy village, the centaur's HP suddenly dropped extremely quickly. Someone rushes to attack the centaur, causing him to disappear. Right after that, she encounters an adventuress she has met in Kingdom, but she discovers that this female adventurer is also a player. She brings Keina to meet her friend, who is also a player like them. His name was Exus, who was once a member of Keina's guild. Exus says that the fog has the ability to turn people in this world into zombies, but it doesn't seem to have any effect on players like them. Exus, along with Quokka, saved a little girl who was the last survivor of the village. Keina pulls out 2 bells to summon the butlers. Immediately after that, Keina uses a bell to summon a male butler named Roxilius to take care of the little girl. Kana and the other two will go out to find out what is going on in this place. When they reach the beach, the group accidentally encounters a cursed pirate ship. Everyone quickly realizes that the monsters on the ship had created the fog, so they jump on the boat and destroy them all to clear the fog. After the pirate ship was destroyed, the fog surrounding the fishing village also disappeared. The next morning, Keina summons a dragon and dives into the sea to find the Guardian Tower. She quickly finds a tower in the shape of a palace located here. Keina teleports inside the Guardian Tower and transfers mana to reactivate it. However, when she learns that the Guardian here is a giant frog, she is extremely scared because she is very afraid of slimy creatures like frogs. So she quickly takes the Guardian ring from the frog and leaves the tower immediately. That night, while taking a hot bath, Mimily tells her that she doesn't want to go back home because she doesn't have any special abilities and is often looked down on by other mermaids. In this place, the people attach great importance to her ability to do laundry with magic. After building the house, Cayna starts new life in this world.